Guess how many players in NBA history have dropped 50 in a Game 7? None. Well, none until Steph Curry dropped this masterclass of a performance. This dude Steph Curry literally had Kings fans trying to bribe the refs mid-game, just for him to tell the Kings to light the beam in Sacramento. Ladies and gentlemen, what we just witnessed was not only a performance for the history books, but the true danger level of the Warriors. Before we get into anything, I gotta give my respect to the Sacramento Kings. They played their absolute hearts out and gave the Warriors a tough matchup. Big things are coming to their future, especially for guys like De'Aaron Fox. With that being said, let's dive into the video. This game was unlike the majority of this series. Normally, the games between these two Western Conference teams were tough back and forth battles, but this one was a little different. I mean, with 33 seconds left in the first, it was a 1-point game. Then at the start of the third, it was a 2-point game. But at 3:18 in the third, it was a 12-point game, and you could sense where this game was headed. And by 6:26 in the fourth, it was a 21-point blowout. This game was purely the Steph Curry show, and Looney, don't think I forgot about him, but I'll get to him later. But Steph was dominant in this game, whether it be dictating the offense or scoring tough finishes and threes. Let me show you what I mean with these clips. Here's Steph Curry with the ball. As he walks down, he goes over 2 screens from Draymond to get Davis off of him. Now Curry has a favorable matchup with Keegan Murray and its signature tween, step back, money. Here it is again. Curry gets a screen from Draymond to get a favorable matchup, this time against Harrison Barnes. Tween, step back, cash. This finish over Sabonis was just too nice to not show. I mean, look how close this was to being blocked. But I don't think anything was more tough than this shot. Once again, Draymond clears out Davis for Curry to get a favorable matchup with Murray, and my goodness, what a shot. Curry finished the game with 50 points on 52.6% from the field and 38.9% from 3. And with this 50-point performance, he now has the 9th most 50-point games in NBA history. But something interesting I bet you didn't know is that out of the top 10 players with the most 50-point games, Curry is by far the most efficient scorer of them all. He averages 63% from the field, 61.3% from 3, and 93.8% from the line. He shoots 7% better than Wilt Chamberlain from the field. Think about that. But considering these career averages in 50-point games, this 50-point Game 7 was basically an off 50-point night game, which is absolutely insane. But nevertheless, it was a Curry spectacular. Curry wasn't the only one with an impressive stat line in Game 7. Oh no, Kevon Looney was doing his thing too. Looney just recorded his 3rd game with 20 plus rebounds this series. He averaged 15.1 rebounds this series against the rebounding leader during the regular season. And the crazier part about this is that Looney is listed at 6'9", and Sabonis is listed at 7'1", and yet Looney still dominates the glass. Kevon is a perfect example of knowing your role and executing it to perfection. The Warriors do not win this game without Looney grabbing 10 offensive rebounds, which allowed for second chance points. This game was the complete opposite of Game 6. In Game 6, the Warriors looked gassed and the Kings clearly wanted it more. But in Game 7, the Warriors truly wanted it more. I mean, if we look at the next 3 highest scorers, those being Clay, Wiggins, and Poole, none of them had a good game. Clay had 16 but shot 4 for 19. Wiggins had 17 but shot 5 for 16. And Poole had 8 on 3 of 9. So it's clear to see that this game came down to simply who would outwill who. Even De'Aaron said that's what it came down to.
I was like, it was a battle of wills. At this point, you know what each other are gonna do. So who's gonna go out there, play harder, who's gonna get to the loose balls, and they did that tonight.
Now, as far as defense goes, the Warriors went back to their strategy of sagging off of Sabonis and force him to hit shots. Take a look at Looney here. He's sagging way off Sabonis, and everyone else is face guarding the perimeter players. This forces Sabonis to simply settle for the mid-range. He did make the shot, but he's playing right into the Warriors' plan. Here it is again. Looney is sagging off and everyone else is face guarding. This forces Sabonis to settle once again. This strategy worked in the long run because in the second half, Sabonis barely scored anything and essentially became a complete non-factor. Now looking at the second round, I'm not sure if the Warriors can continue to do this defensive strategy against someone who is comfortable shooting that mid-range shot like Anthony Davis. However, by doing so, they keep AD outside of the paint, limiting him from getting any offensive rebounds, which would be huge for the Warriors because they are small. Another plus from doing this strategy would be that AD in the first round was pretty inconsistent, so I think testing that inconsistency could be a potential defensive scheme. But who knows what they will come up with. I'll leave that for Tuesday. Well, that's it for this video, so if you managed to make it this far, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated, and comment down below your predictions for Game 1 on Tuesday. See y'all later, have a good day, peace.